Welcome to the 4th ASEAN EU Cooperation and Scholarship Day. You are now in the reception area. Here is the list of events we have prepared. Click on the schedule button to get a reminder on your phone or devices. Just dropping in to see what's on? Find this little red button to see which event is currently live and just join the fun. Take the time to explore the expo area and see what have been prepared for you. Here on the booth panel, you can have a one-on-one Q&A session with our exhibitors. Download all the information that interests you. Join workshops and sessions, or try out the games. Each session also has its own booth panel for you to interact with the speakers. To have a conversation with an expert representative, click Share Video and Audio. The booth moderator will allow you to have a conversation with them. Have something to say? Head on over to the Voice of Youth booth. Pick your virtual background and overlay and say it with a photo or video. Don't forget to follow and tag at EU in ASEAN when you post it on social media. You might be the lucky winner to get a special hamper from the group. We're so excited to have you here, and we wish you a good time.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Elita. I will be the moderator for this session. We will have the last session, but don't worry about it. We will share you information about the Malaysia International Scholarship. We will have our speaker today. He is Mr. Ahmad Razali bin Abdul Rahim. He is the Principal Assistant Secretary at the Scholarship Division, Ministry of Higher Education, Malaysia. Today, the topic he present today is about the Malaysia International Scholarship. We will see and learn more about the Malaysia Scholarship and information about scholarship available for ASEAN youth or for Malaysian students. So without further ado, I will invite Mr. Ahmad Razali to give a presentation about the scholarship. The floor is yours, Mr.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Elita, the Secretariat, I believe, for the 4th Asian EU Cooperation and Scholarships Day. So greetings, very good evening, selamat sore, ya, yang berada di Jakarta, selamat petang buat mereka yang menonton dari Malaysia. And a very good day to the others participants from all over the world, perhaps, or maybe all over ASEAN. So today, basically, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Razali bin Abdurrahim. As mentioned by Madam Elita just now, I am the Principal Assistant Secretary at the Scholarship Division of the Ministry of Higher Education in Malaysia. So today I will be presenting about the Malaysia International Scholarship. So can I have the presentation on? Okay, so all right, we shall begin with the who can apply for this scholarship. So basically, this scholarship, as the title depicts, is a Malaysia International Scholarship. So it is cordially meant for graduates from countries of Asian countries, as depicted there. Yes, you can see we have the Brunei Darussalam, we have the Cambodia, and then we have the Philippines, Indonesia, all the ASEAN member countries. And on top of that, we have the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste, and then we have the Kingdom of Morocco, and then we have the Palestine invited for this scholarship. So basically, unfortunately, I'm sorry, probably there are hopeful students who would like to apply for this scholarship. But then we have already closed the call for application for this year. So we have already closed on the 30th of April 2021. But fret not, we annually open this scholarship every year. So basically for next year, we'll be announcing for the call for applications, and perhaps you could browse from time to time on our website at the mohe.gov.my, as we will make the announcement usually at the beginning of the year, in January or February or March, the first quarter of the year. So that is basically about the targeted audience that we would like to call for the applications. So those ASEAN members, of course, we already have it in our list. And for those who are interested, you can make your preparation for next year's opening. Okay. So how to apply our scholarship? You have to apply through the online application system. So we have the link over there. You can see the link there. So all documents are compulsory to be uploaded via the online application system. So there's the application form on the online application system, but then you still have to scan your passport, a certified copy of your passport as evidence of your nationality. So there's a minimum of 6 months validity, and then other documents such as your academic transcripts. So of course, again, it has to be certified. And of course, on the academic transcript has to have all the records of all the courses that you have taken throughout your degree programs. And then you have to also submit your transcripts of your undergraduate studies. And then applicants must also submit an official document issued by the applicant's alma mater describing the university's grade system. Yeah. If an applicant's transcript does not include information on CGPA, marks, or score percentile, and the documents has to be certified. Okay, and then you have to provide us the certified copy of your English proficiency. We will explain that further on. And then, of course, this is also important. Yeah, the letter of recommendation from 2 referees, and the endorsement form. The endorsement form is to be signed by the embassy. And then the admission letter from Malaysian universities, if applicable, should you have already registered to any of the public universities or universities that we have on the list that you can see later. And then your curriculum vitae and research proposal. Okay, basically, our scholarship is meant for the postgraduate level. So we do not have any, this MIS is for postgraduate level, and it is not meant for undergraduate level. So please take note on that. We sponsor students for postgraduate, meaning to say on the master's and on the PhD level. So the eligibility criteria. So applicants must comply on the following criteria as depicted on this presentation. So for master's applications, applicants must not be more than 40 years old, and for PhD must not be more than 45 years old. And then for the master's degree program, you should obtain a minimum of second class upper honors, of course, and a minimum CGPA of 3.5 at your bachelor degrees level. And whereas for the PhD program, applicants should obtain a minimum of CGPA of 3.5 or a very good result at master's degree level in a similar field of the intended PhD study. And then the proof of English language proficiency. So this is very important. So we would like to have this, a scanned copy of the original proof of the English language proficiency, such as the IELTS, minimum total score of 6.5, or TOEFL, internet-based test, minimum total score of 92. And please, presentation has to go on. Can you scroll down? Yeah. And then applicants obtaining degrees with English as medium of instructions may also be accepted, as evidence is as a prerequisite. So you still have to take the IELTS or TOEFL as proof. But then for the purpose of this application, you may present your previous degrees. If it was done in English, then you may present to us for the purpose of the application. And if you are being offered for the scholarship, you'll be offered as a conditional offer, meaning to say you still have to fulfill the IELTS and TOEFL requirement. Okay. And then the submission of a written proposal with a minimum of 1,000 words that is relevant to the field of studies. Okay. So again, the level of study, as I mentioned earlier, this MIS scholarship is intended for graduates who would like to further their studies at the postgraduate level, the PhD and the masters. So for this year, the full-time postgraduate students for the academic year of 2021 and 2022, it has already been closed. So you, for interested applicants, you can make your preparations. So you can look into our websites, our link, and we can show you our link later. So that link, any announcements for next year's opening or call for applications, it will be shown there. And we also provide information through the embassies, to the Asian embassies, and inform that about our call for applications. So usually it will be in the first quarter of every year. So interested applicants, you may get yourself ready for next year's offering. So okay, let us go on. Okay, the list of universities, as you can see, there are 24 universities that you can apply. So 20 of them is from the public universities, and some universities such as the University Technology Petronas, and then we have the UNITEN, we have the MMU, and the International Center for Education in Islamic Finance, and students may apply to that universities as well. So, but then students can only apply for this listed 24 universities only. So I was informed that students would like to go for data science, which is currently right now is it is the in thing right now. It's part of the IR 4.0. So data science is under the computer science faculty, information technology. So we have that Masters of Data Science. So interested students, you may look into that. Perhaps you can browse through to our universities and look into the faculty and the requirements, whether you do actually meet the eligibility criteria or do not. Okay. So what do you get from this scholarship, from the MIS? So benefits that you get, students will get will be covered the tuition fees, and will be given the monthly living allowance of 1,500 ringgit per month. So these two things, you'll be covered, your tuition fees will be covered, and you'll be receiving a monthly living allowance of RM 1,500 per month. So somehow or other, successful applicants, you're expected to independently arrange your travel to Malaysia. It will not be provided by us. So travel expenses, it will not be provided by us and shall be borne by the students. So you have to look into the cost. This cost will be absorbed by the students themselves. So you have to make some spending on it. And all applicants are highly advised to check the expected living expenses as well in Malaysia. So, but in Malaysia, somehow or other, it is affordable, still affordable. We have great food here. We have great environment for living here. You can so during semester breaks, perhaps you can go to our islands. But for now, it's currently the world is going through a new normal now. So yeah, you can wait for that. But we have a lot of beautiful attractions, beautiful places that you can visit. Should everything turns out to be well in the coming years, okay? So we have students, they had gone to the islands, Redang Island, for example, to take a break during the semester break. It's very beautiful. So you are most welcome here, students. So you'll be enjoying a good life here during your studies. So could you return back? I'm sorry. So okay, again, I think this is another thing that is important as well, the areas of study. So you will be given the priority areas of study as shown there. So you'll be given science, engineering. You may apply for agriculture and fisheries, economics, Islamic finance, information and communication technology, biotechnology, biosecurity and food safety, infrastructure and utility, environment studies, and health. But somehow or other, you may not apply for the medicine, clinical pharmacy, and nursing, and dentistry as well. Okay. So the selection criteria, applicants will be considered on the following selection criteria. Of course, your high-level academic achievement. Okay, next, please. Could you scroll down? Scroll to the next. Okay. And then, of course, the quality of your research proposal and its potential contribution towards advancement of technology and human well-being. This will also be undertaken as our selection criteria. And This is another thing is the excellent communication, writing and reading skills in your English language. So we have our terms and conditions, so you have to adhere to our terms and conditions. So you have to, students you have to only take the full-time study for the postgraduate student programs at the selected higher learning institutions. So you can look again at the list of universities. And then should you have to change your program during your tenure of your scholarship, you need to get our permission and our university's permission as well. So, and then the scholars must follow the approved programs and abide by the university's rules, regulations, and codes of conduct. And then any suspension from the university will result in immediate suspension of awards. So monthly allowance as well will not be payable during the suspension. So you have to behave during your time in our universities. And then it is the responsibility of successful candidates to apply and meet the requirements for the issuing of the scholarship. For the appropriate entry visa, including the medical examination, somehow or other, the offer of the scholarship does not guarantee the granting of a visa. So you may look into further information and application details regarding the visas at the link as shown there, the visa.educationmalaysia.gov.my. And of course, you have to maintain your satisfactory progress. You have to maintain your CGPA. You have to ensure that your research is according to the timeline, your PhD research, and so on. And the scholarships are tenable in Malaysian universities, and research must be carried out in Malaysia. And scholars are not allowed to take any paid employment during their tenure unless with written approval from the host universities. So if you have any further information, we have our contact information there. You can see there, you can call us or you can email us. And should you have any, you can email us. Yes, I think it's better to email us if you have any questions, because right now we have already closed our application for the MIS. Perhaps you could to make your preparations and get ready by the first quarter of 2022. That's about it. Thank you so much. That's about the MIS. So regarding on the questions that Elita has given to me, is the scholarship available for the students from 10 ASEAN members states? Yes, it is. It's provided for 10 ASEAN members. Please apply. Yeah? We would like to have you here.
Yes.
Study postgraduate level here in Malaysia. And then what is the main...
Coming.
Yes, ma'am?
More youth coming to Malaysia, Pak. More youth coming. Welcoming.
Yes, welcoming. Indonesia pun ramai studentnya di sini ya. Kita pun budaya lebih kurang, our culture is almost the same. But again, there are differences, yes, and we celebrate the differences. So yes, main requirements to be eligible for the scholarships that I discussed. Okay, basically what you have to meet is the CGPA. Of course, you have to meet our CGPA requirements. But usually students, they have some problems, I might say problems, regarding their English language proficiency, which is the IELTS and the TOEFL. So that is the main hindrance as far as I can see it here. And basically, their education level is superb. You know, you have the 3.5 and above. But when it comes to the IELTS, the English proficiency test, it has shown that that is a hindrance to our applicants. So they are a bit, yes, they have to meet that requirement 6.5 and above, because it is part of the university's requirement as well. So yes, please polish up on your English. Actually, IELTS is there are so many tests right now free on the internet. Yeah, you can do it. You can practice on it from time to time.
Correct.
Okay.
But
so,
if I may ask, will MIS provide maybe some of the English training before they join to the university? For example, will the MIS provide like 6 months before preparations for the maybe youth or student that have strength on their field of their study, but they are lack of their skill on the English? Will MIS provide like English training in advance before for specific student?
Okay, we do not have that kind of facility. We do not have that
Mm-hmm.
kind of preparation for students, because right now, prior to the application itself, students, they have to take their own uh, proactive approach to enhance themselves. Basically,
Okay.
they have to do that on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we do not have any such programs for students to build up or polish their English prior to the application for the Malaysia International Scholarship.
All right.
So we expect students to be well equipped when they apply for this MIS. Yes.
All right, Pa.
Yeah.
Okay, so when do you think the best? Oh, yeah, you said that there will be first quarter of the
Of course.
every
Yes.
year.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So yeah, please be prepared for ASEAN youth that who is interested to apply for Malaysian international scholarship. They can prepare for that. But um, this is maybe something that I would like to ask for Malaysian youth, that they do need to go back to their own countries after finishing or awarded like Malaysian international scholarship, Pak.
Okay. Basically, uh, for our foreign students, for ASEAN students, they have to go back. They have to return back to their country once their studies have already ended. It's because that's part of the visa. They will get a student visa, so of course they cannot stay. They cannot prolong their stay, so they have to return back. They have to, if they would like to come back again, so that would be another arrangement. So that's about it. Yeah.
Okay, so it will be fully funded, pa, or there will be combination of the scholarship. For example, if I will be apply for MIS scholarship and I got
Mhm.
awarded for a specific university, but I need to apply for additional, maybe additional funding for my research or any additional that related to my study, more my study in Malaysia. Will
Mhm.
there be any opportunity that I can combine scholarship from my country, for example, Indonesia? Is it
Oh, okay.
possible, Pak?
We do not allow that as well. We do not allow any other scholarships to be together on the MIS. So the MIS only allows the MIS scholarship. So we do not make other such arrangements with other scholarship providers, or
All
maybe
right.
we do not allow any other scholarships. Once the student has to adhere to they have to they have to go along with our requirements,
Mm-hmm.
that that our MIS do not allow for other scholarships to be funded to the students as well. So you have
Mm-hmm.
to concentrate, you have to focus on the MIS, because I think actually we do have a lot of response. So it comes up to about thousands of response every year.
Mm-hmm.
So the quota that we have, it is just about the amount that we can afford with according to our budget. So, but then just to share with you, we have about 1,000 of applicants every year. Yes.
All right, Pak. Maybe I would like to ask about the process of the assessment of the scholarship. How
Mhm.
long it will take since we submitted the applications for MIS, and what do we need to contact with the university, for example, with the professor, or we need to get a supervisor for the university that we would like to apply for the scholarship. Could you please maybe elaborate about that, Pak, on the scholarship process, the assessment? Assessment.
Oh, that's a very good question. I think for students who can portray their proactiveness, for instance, they could look for future supervisors at
Mm-hmm.
the respective universities they would like to enter. That would be a plus point. So by the time when they present their proposals, if they can provide the supervisors, they will be engaging, and it will be a plus point as well if they can provide a letter of confirmation of the acceptance letter from any universities that we have listed
Mm.
just now.
Okay.
If they can provide that, then that is an added advantage, because it shows that the readiness of the student himself or herself, and it also shows the proactiveness of the students. Like what you said just now, if they can engage a supervisor, then that would be good. That would be great, exactly, actually, because not many students would go that extra mile because
All
by the
right.
time, there will be an interview. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
after the students completed their online application, there will be another stage, which is the interview stage. So
Mm-hmm.
during that time, you have to present your research proposal. So if you can, the candidates can portray that they have already engaged with such and such supervisors, and they have already been offered from a letter of offer from any universities, then that
Mm-hmm.
would be an added advantage. Yes, ma'am.
All
That would
right.
be an added advantage for students
So
who
that
can
will be
provide.
one of tips to apply for
Yeah,
MIS. You
yeah.
supposed to be extra mile, whether the basic requirement or the actual requirement that already put it by the MIS. We need to at least that will be extra points for us that the student or ASEAN youth to contact the university, the respective university. I saw that you also provide provide the research proposal. Is it
Mhm.
for mandatory, or is supposed to be like personal statement, or only motivation letter, or it will be included, or it will be different from motivation letter, personal statement with the research proposal, or it can be one
It can be
information?
a one. It is a one arrangement. You have to show your research proposal. What are you going to do on your research for master's level and your PhD? PhD, of course. Then it is both is fully research programs. So you have to basically put on your research proposal. You have to show what methodology you'll be using. What is the topic of research that
Yeah.
you are going to conduct, and what is the end of the research, what are the
Mhm.
results at the end of the research. So basically you have to begin with the end in mind, just like
Mhm.
the Stephen Covey book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. So you have to begin with the end in mind. What are you going to do with this MIS? It provides us what kind of research that can
Yeah.
benefit the MIS and
Mhm.
to your own self as a student.
Mhm.
So if you can convince us on that, convince on the panel during the
Yeah.
interview on that, then it shouldn't be a problem, because
All right.
we celebrate when it comes to knowledge. Any knowledge is highly valuable. So
Mhm.
yes, we would like to have quality. We like to have beneficial research that can provide us high quality research outcome
Yeah.
in the future
I have
throughout this
maybe.
scholarship.
Okay, but I have maybe one last questions about the high quality student that will be awarded by MIS this scholarship.
Yes,
Um,
madam.
what kind of the trend or the typical profile that accepted or get awarded from this scholarship? For example, like for specific or some scholarship, they are prioritized for people from rural area, or they are prioritized for the people that they are involving as a civil servant in their country, or they are already have like good organization, or have a big organization in their country, for example. What kind of type or profile that mostly except of course this is the high profile student, but what kind of typical student or youth that got selected for this scholarship?
Okay, good question, Madam Alita. So for your information, we do not have that kind of profile. So basically, we have our students based on our previous record. Uh, it's from all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
We do have civil servants. We have those who come from the rural areas.
Mm-hmm.
We have all kinds of walks of life. Students they come from various backgrounds. So
All right.
basically, ideas, knowledge. We do not segregate them from urban areas, from highly well-off students. So
Mm-hmm.
we anything that is acceptable, anything that entices the panels during the interview. Uh, of course, the research proposal is very important. It's very vital. If you can
Mm-hmm.
entice the panels during that time, if you can convince them that this research is workable, is beneficial to all, and we do not look into the backgrounds basically. But
All right.
yes, we have various backgrounds on our scholarship
Mhm.
through our records, so we do not actually have any special criteria for rural, for those coming from rural, or those coming from specific backgrounds. We do not have that kind of arrangement, Madam Alita. Yes.
All right, Pak. So if I may say that MIS scholarship is inclusive for all people or youth in the region, correct, Pak? So this inclusive scholarship that provided for all 10 ASEAN member states, right,
Yes.
Pak? Yeah, yeah. It means that Malaysia promoting inclusiveness and then openness and then accept all of the participants or youth from the region. I think
Yes,
that's all
madam.
a question from my side. Maybe we can put the link after this on the
Thank
chat
you.
box so they can access and will on the second day tomorrow ASEAN
Mhm.
youth can replay the session and then they can, if they are interested, they can just click it on the link that we provided after this. Thank you very much, Pak, for your time and this in this opportunity. We are very glad to have you as a one of the speaker representing from ASEAN countries. Do you
Right,
have
madam.
any closing statement, Pak, or any tips or for ASEAN youth?
I would like to wish them all the best, and look for the best scholarship for your future. Of course, the world is very challenging right now. You need to equip yourself with the necessary skills and knowledge
All right.
in ensuring to endure during the whole of your career and your life. Yes, all the best to the youth. Yep.
Thank you very much, Pak. Thank you, thank you.
Terima
I
kasih,
think I
Alita.
guess this is the end of the session. We can always come back tomorrow. We still have a one day, and then we will plenty of session and main stage with amazing speakers with a different topic that we would like to discuss. But I would like to take this opportunity to close all of the session in a day one. Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow. Good evening.